going to go through a lot of basic fundamental training. I think it's important whether you've been experienced or not, because I think I want to give you a head start. You know, when you get on the phone, you're gonna have to go through. There's gonna be times I'm just gonna let you experience it. Yeah, I can bail you out, but if I bail you out, I'm telling you, I am doing you a big disservice. I'm not here to do that. If I see you try every angle and you're pushing and they just need, I'm gonna take the phone. That's gonna be considered a TO because you're there. But if you don't even try the angles and you don't even try it, I'm not gonna save you. I'm not gonna throw your life pressure. But say, okay, say this or say that, because I think I cripple you if I do that. Like you give somebody a crutch, you can't do that. You know, that's not how I teach. So the goal eventually is this week we're gonna do intensive training, mindsets. We're gonna practice. You know, so I could hear you here and there. So when you're out there, I could just feed you. Okay, you said, because if you say the same thing 5 or 6 times here, you're already gonna have it, especially if you have experience. You're gonna work out, I call the bugs. You're gonna get rhythm. I'm a rhythm and tempo guy. Right. And the only way I do that is doing this. So the goal that I look for eventually for every single closer, every single person I have here is for the average person to go home with to I'm gonna say 500 right now. For me, you know, if you do $200 a day, for the average person, that's $1,000 a week. Some people don't do that. You do $500 a day, that's $2,400 a week. Okay. After probably 60, 90 days, it may be so. I'm just giving them that. I'm going to start giving monthly bonuses. I haven't worked out the final. The independent contractors are being finalized, so I just want you guys to know that. But that's the goal for everybody here. And the only way that's going to happen is if I'm doing it by example. People start to do it. And when everybody comes by and they see this room full and everybody's pitching and they see the juice going on, they're gonna want to be part of it. I want that to attract the right people. You see, if you're here to make a base or things like that, I got other things for that, but I'm here to build a professional service because there's going to be other services with higher ticket and maybe less commission, but high is gonna complement this. So I'm really looking at building the team here. So I'm gonna say, hey John, you know, you'd be awesome over there. I may need you to run this over there. So there's gonna be opportunities to put extra money in your pocket. But I want you to learn the basic strength of sales so that when you go to the other service, if you decide to do it, it's the same process. It's not different. Because the product is just a can of horse milk water. This is the greatest water. Have you tried this water? Are you crazy? You want this energy? You don't need vitamins, you need water. The old technique is selling this pen. That's what they do. Okay, so that's the goal. My goal eventually, because it's never been done here, is to average about $2,000 to $3,000 a day.
It's possible.
It's never been done here, and people don't think it could be done. I say, watch. Okay. Any questions? You say you got a question? No. Okay. Let's see what time.
I was talking to Jim Burns the other night, and he said Wendy Novick was, I guess, her dad was a legendary in Vegas call center owner. She said to him once, Jim, I could sell somebody a phone book. I could make them want to buy a phone book so bad. She could, the same concept. Any product, she could make them want to buy it. That's good.
So you know, one of the things that I try to, and I've been very blessed, is I always try to put myself in other people's position. And I said, listen, if you can't take a hit and you don't know how to get up from a hit, then you never really experience it because the lessons are in that. That's why I say, you know, how you handle adversity reveals character. Also, man in power, you give man in power reveals character. Because having power, people take it that they believe they have to be the man or the woman. Actually, having power means you not have to be more humble than everybody else. Yeah. You have to serve these people. Yeah. When I became a black belt, the guy said, okay, you're white belt. I said, what are you talking about? He goes, now you have to humble yourself. You got to teach people because now you got more power. You could hurt somebody. He goes, you're my worst guy to fight. I go, why? He goes, because I have to kill you because you won't stop. I would be one hour, I'll be fighting because I only know how to fight. I fought all my life. But I had to learn to fight with the mind. And when I learned to use the mind, I said, man, you know, this much easier.
You think?
You know, physically, you can't beat everybody physically. Some you can't, you know. So I made it a mission to understand so that I could be understood. So when I do, and I learned that when I was doing seminars in New York, I was selling $36,000 items, and attorneys and accountants were there. You talk about legal stuff, and I was raising 300 grand, 400 grand in one day. My commission was 125 grand. And I just pitched. That's what I enjoy what I did. My first speaking engagement was, remember the Columbine shooting in Colorado?
Yeah.
I was there, April 19, 2000. I was in Elizabeth, which is a mile away from Columbine. I did my first speaking engagement to 700 senior high school students. I was nervous, sweating. The reason I got that gig is because the guy who was building my house, his wife was a principal of the school, and I told him my story. I'm from New York, making millions, come from poor, doing all this. Hey, you'd be a good example. Would you like to speak to the kid? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm not knowing the pressures of that. And as the time got closer, I got more nervous. I did an opening song called "We Are the Champions." My friend, you heard that?
Of course we have. They play it after every Super Bowl.
Then after we finished, the second song I sang was "No Stopping, No Stopping, No Stopping." I forgot the group, but it's a song I used to DJ with.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Yes, yeah.
We're on the
yeah.
move.
That's it.
Fat and Whitehead.
Yeah, there you go.
Who sings it?
I used to DJ.
Big Fat and Whitehead.
Yes.
Yeah,
They played it. They played it at my church the other day.
So
Oh, okay.
I used to DJ to that. That was my favorite song. When I said, no stopping me, I'm gonna do things my way. When I played that, I got a standing ovation. I was nervous, sweating, I was crying. And then I had these kids that wanted me to be the mentor. But that's how I really started speaking. You know, I had no idea. Then I enjoyed it, and I said, okay, I want to be good at it. And then I joined the Chamber of Commerce. They had me speak to raise money. And so it's not something that I was seeking, it's something that happened. Yeah, I did. And so that's when
And I'll tell you guys, I like how he's got the pros boulevard, and Paul really walks the talk. In this business, telemarket, inside sales, as we all know in Vegas, there's some shady places and characters, as we all know. So one thing I really respect and admire about Paul's operation, he does it perfectly clean. And same with this entire office, right to Ruman, one of the co-founders of the company. So it's really refreshing to be in a place that's not some dungy, shady, den. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's nothing wrong. I think
Not there's anything wrong with the boiler room. I mean,
as long as it's legit.
yeah, right.
Right.
Exactly.
The thing about boiler room is just it got the bad connotation. That's why when I started the call center mindset, I said, I hate that word. It doesn't represent who I am. Telemarketers, nothing wrong with it. It's just people don't know why they use it. So I said, well, everybody understands sales.
Sales pro.
So I said, let me build a professional sales team, build a mind to that. And the ones that are pros are going to want to be doing that. So that's why I'm at. So any questions, Justin? You got questions? Questions? No? All right, let's take another break.
Nice.
Let's get back about 9:10, and then what we're going to do, we're going to practice the actual rebuttal with the script and all that. Okay?